Bam. Hoppity Gabba. Hi! Okay. Uh, I don't edit these things. Hello and welcome to the 8th episode of Saturn's Rants. Good thing I checked that my voice audio was actually being recorded, because that would have been bad. But, yeah, today I'm going to be doing something a little bit special. If you recognize the backdrop. I figured, why not do a backrooms thing? Since it's getting really close to Halloween, it's... Halloween is Friday. And for anyone watching in the future, I am currently on October 27th, which is 4 days away from Halloween. And if I want to record a test episode on Halloween Day, I need to get this one done and one more. So, we're gonna do that. But, before we continue, I do need to give some credits first. Of course, this Abby being first. This is one that I found yesterday, and it was made by my OVR menu's in the way for me to even be able to see who made it. Hold on one. It was made by Dusk. Very nice Abby, a lot of different toggles. This is the Halloween variation. Very, very nice. And then the world was made by Renalog. It's called Liminal Labs. So, yeah, without a further ado, actually, there is one more thing ado. I'm going to be toggling off the wings for the purposes of the video, because I don't want my wings getting in the way of anything. So, now, without any further ado, let me minimize my OBS, flip you guys around. I don't know how the best way to do this is going to be, because I don't know if you guys would want to see me or if you want to see the game more. But, I kinda want to talk about, well, Halloween today. So, Spooky Month. We love Spooky Month, right? Or at least I do. Always been my favorite holiday. Also, we have some chairs over here. I looked at this shelf earlier. There's this Rubik's Cube on it. But Spooky Month has always been my favorite month of the year. Oh, here we go. We're not even in the game yet. Okay, hold on. What do we got? Just a changelog. Let's not worry about that. Time limit. Let's just up the time limit as far as possible just to make sure that we don't. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is a procedurally generated backrooms, apparently, from what I have seen. So, like, it even says seeds. So, tutorial. Alright, here we go. Let's go through this. This tutorial will teach you how to play the game. Press the buttons and say, okay, yeah. Each round, the game master will generate a new random level. Your goal is to find the exit before the timer runs out. Don't get killed by the entity roaming the map. Check the leaderboard for your best runs and other cool stats. Join the VRC group. Okay. Yep, that's just saying how to do that. Oh, okay, we're in. Alright, well, it is extremely dark. There's my paw for you, glowing. Alright, it is extremely dark. Hold on. Let me make this better for you guys. That is zooming in. Hold on. Ta-da! And also, I will use my camera to actually help me see, because it is really dark. But Halloween's always been my favorite holiday. Yeah, I just love the spooky vibes, which I haven't actually been feeling the spooky vibes yet this month, which is kind of sad. But yeah, I love Halloween. I love Halloween so much. If you couldn't tell from me using this avatar, which is all spooked up. Actually, I do want to show something real quick. That being the eyes. The eyes are little ghosts. They're really cool. Sorry for anyone that's just listening. I know I usually try and avoid. Also, there's a timer. For me, it's like up at the top of my head, but I can also show it down there. So we have 19 minutes to find the exit. But so I've always loved Spooky Month. Just the feeling around this time of year. I always wear hoodies, like all year round, anyways. But like once you get to like October, it's like peak hoodie wearing season anyways. Ooh, spooky red. But like it's peak hoodie wearing season around this time. So it's just like my clothing that's the most comfortable for me anyways just becomes even better. I know that doesn't really have anything to do with Halloween other than weather, but I feel like that's still important to mention on like how I love that. But like dressing up as a kid was always really fun. I actually yesterday I finally left my job that I have been working at for 2.5, almost 3 years. I You may have heard me mention it in some other videos, but I've been working at a pizza place for a very long time, and I finally put in my 2 weeks earlier this week, which is probably making me think, hey, if you just finished your last shift yesterday, how did you put in your 2 weeks this week? It's because my boss actually offered someone to come in and take my shifts for next week. Um, I didn't need to. Like, it wasn't something that they were forcing me to do. They were just like, hey, it's an option if you want. Also, I heard something in that direction, so I'm just going the opposite way. But so they offered me that. So now I'm free. I have my weekends completely to myself, which hasn't been a thing for years. Um, it was just a combination of school and work making it to where I had no like time to myself, like other than like after the fact. Like it was just stressing me out way too much, so I had to eliminate one of them, and I'm not gonna quit going to college. So yeah, and the reason why I mentioned that is because on my last day of work, my family actually ended up going trick or treating in my hometown. So unfortunately, I did miss that, but that's the last event I'm gonna be missing due to work, thankfully. But yeah, no, they went, had a good time trick or treating, so they had a lot of good fun. Don't know what that sound was. Um, don't know what you are. Oh, you died, killed by Bob. Okay, don't. Okay, Bob is interesting. If I need to switch roles, I can. But we'll do this one more time. But so I missed my, uh trick or treating this year for the most part, except for the fact that on Friday, my oh hold on, there's a flashlight. Oh, there's a flashlight. Hold on. Yeah, sorry, I had the saturation still up. There's a flashlight. Let me press start. Okay, so there's a flashlight. Flashlight! Hey, there we go. Also, it's a lot more green here. Don't know what that's about. Yeah, we have a flashlight. So, yeah, I missed that, but the furry club at my college is actually hosting a trick or treat event where we're going to be handing out candy to the people on the college's main street. So I will be attending that on Friday, which is Halloween again. Um, yeah, I'll be attending that, which will be a really good time. Um, just give you guys a time check. But yeah, so Halloween's always been my favorite season. Like getting scared has always been really fun. I don't know why. It's just thrilling. It's not like a roller coaster where I'm actually just scared for my life. Like I okay, with roller coasters it's just the anticipation that kills me. The actual roller coaster itself while I'm riding it is fine, but it's just like the anticipation of it absolutely kills me. But like if you're watching like a horror movie or something, like you know that you're fine. You know that you're safe. So it's just like you get those same kind of feelings with a good horror movie anyways. I watched so many horror movies over the years that I'm kind of just used to all the tropes. And it's like rare that one actually scares me anymore just because it's like, oh, yeah, there's going to be a jump scare there. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. People not doing anything unique. But, yeah, Halloween's always a really fun time. And honestly, even the usual color palette, purple, orange, I'm a sucker for purple. Like, you wouldn't really be able to tell by my first persona too much, since the main color on that's blue. But like, I love purple. Uh, if you were around, uh, or hell, if you watched the first episode of Saturn's Rants, you would know that the original username for this channel was ST Purple Skull. So purple was always like a big thing for me, and like the Halloween vibes have always had like purple and orange be the main colors. So like that's always been fun for me, like just the color palette alone. That's not including like actually going out and trick or treating and the creativity that you could have with costumes. So my last costume last year was a zombie trombone player, which I can explain why. Um, I had that idea. I was a trombone player from fifth grade all the way up until the beginning of my sophomore year. At that point, my band director, uh, my old band director, I should say, since I'm graduated now, but my band director at the time, he asked me if I wanted to switch over to tuba. Oh, hey. Okay. I probably will find another back rooms, but so he asked me to switch over to playing tuba, which I was more than happy to. I played around with it a little bit, realized that I liked it a lot, so I switched it over to tuba. So my idea for having a zombie trombone player was like, I'm technically a dead trombone player, so why not have that reflected? Uh, let's see. Yeah, look for backrooms. So what I did was I took one of my old band shirts from when I was a trombone player still, and I uh, tore it up a little bit with a knife. My mom was very concerned for me accidentally stabbing myself, but I did not, because I rarely ever stab myself with something that, or cut myself with something that's actually meant to cut things. Um, but I cut it up a bit and bloodied it up with some fake blood. Then bada boom, bada bang, there it was. I bloodied up. Uh, hmm. You know what? Yeah, let's do this one. So, this next one I'm going to be doing is called Little Backrooms by Sujina. So, oh, I'm here now, I guess. Not going in straight away because I need to switch my status from orange to red. Just to make sure that I don't get anyone requesting off of me and interrupting the video. Oh. Oh, okay. It's just loading immediately. I thought I accidentally messed something up. Um, but, so this is still recording. Um, yep. Alright. Still in stream mode. Let's double check. Everything's good. Everything's good. Good. Okay, let's see what we got. Lobby. Okay, cool. And we've got these. I'm pretty sure are just checkpoints, but we'll go through everything. I think I have been here before at some point, but that's okay. Where is exit? I think I just press here. Press somewhere over the rainbow. I don't know. Why is there a bed? Can I leave, please? Actually, that's a great question. Can I leave? That's a mirror. Hi, mirror. Mirror time. Hello. What happens if I press this? Ooh, pool rooms. Can I go out there? Am I stuck in here? I'd like to explore pool rooms. That would be nice. Am I stuck in here? I wouldn't complain if I'm just stuck in here because I can just record in front of the mirror. That would be okay. Like, I'd rather be out there exploring if I can do that. Please, let me out. It's okay. Hold on. Let me just make sure. I'm literally fizzing through everything here. There's no door or anything. Well, any door I can actually go through. I know this is a door, but like I can't go through it. So, big yanks. Also, the camera. This is how close I have the camera in front of me. It's always like right in front of my face. Um, but yeah, I guess it's not going. Oh, hold on. Give me some menu for like a split second. Come on. Oh, hey, there we go. We got it. I just had to click on this, which is like very contrived, I'd say. The fact that I have to do that. And okay, never mind. Let me out. Open the door. What? Okay, can I only do it with the normal? Is that what's going on here? I'm trying to find this. I'm trying to figure this out. We'll get back to the rant soon. Okay, that's just post processing. That's just sound. Door. Hey, there we go. Finally. Alright, now we're out here. Okay. Now back to whatever I was yapping about. So Halloween. Yes, Halloween. Dork. Don't worry, it's dark for me here too. Um, oh, hello. Is that the collect? Oh. Oh, hey. Exit. Okay, I'm just back in here. And that's because I found a photo. Yeah. So let's get back out there. Okay. That's because I found a photo. But, so I started talking about movies and how they don't really scare me anymore. But that's not my favorite part about movies when it comes to Halloween. Who cares about thriller movies and slashers when you've got just spoopy, like the fun ones, the fun Halloween movies. Like you've got your Beetlejuice, you've got your Nightmare Before Christmas, you've got your whatever else, Gremlins, you've got your Gremlins, even though that's probably more of a thriller, but it's goofy enough. I love it. I love that movie to death. But Nightmare Before Christmas is my favorite movie of all time. Also, I found a bottle of almond water on the floor. Oh, I fell through the floor. I wonder if that was on purpose. I fell through the floor. Okay. But Nightmare Before Christmas is my favorite movie of all time. I mentioned how my channel originally was earlier, like with SD Purple Skull. The PFP for the channel back then was Jack Skellington. Actually, a Jack Skellington light that I had on my desk that I could change colors. It's funny. It was originally going to be, well, purple colored, but when I took a picture of it when it was purple, it came up more as a blue. So one of my good friends helped me out and edited it to make it look more purple. So that's what the PFP used to be. Now, of course, it's Saturn, but yeah. Let's see. What can I do here to prevent me falling through the floor? Of course, there's doors there, but I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna assume that that's all that is and move on. I think to let's see. Can I go to the pool rooms? I would like to. Oh, I can! Yay! Here we go. Into the water. But yeah. So Nightmare Before Christmas is my favorite movie of all time. Uh, and it has been for a very accidentally just fell into the abyss. Okay, cool. Um, but it has been for a very, very long time now. Uh, I would say longer than I can remember, but I don't know if that would actually be accurate. Um, but still a very long time. It's actually the probably the movie that I've watched the most over the years, I would say. Cause hey, little ducky that I can collect. Rank. But yeah, probably the movie I've watched the most, especially judging by the fact that I watched it once 7 or 8 times in one day. I very fondly remember that day because mom had made some soft pretzels in the oven that day, and I was just chilling, watching my favorite movie, eating some pretzels, having a grand old time. Well, there's an exit there, but why would I? Because this is just gonna loop back into the room, isn't it? Yeah, it's just gonna loop back into the room, which that's not where that door goes out to. But okay. Um, yeah, yeah, that's not where that door comes out to. But okay. We've got a staircase here though. No, let me out. Let me out to the staircase. Take me out to the ball game. No. Okay, that's fine. That's kind of sad though. But so Number Before Christmas is my favorite movie all time, which totally not biased. Uh, I've been watching it my entire life. Um, and also kind of along with that, I know that Tim Burton didn't direct Nightmare Before Christmas, but I feel kind of obligated, since I also mentioned it. Beetlejuice. I love Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is such a good movie. Um, it's a classic. And I actually recently made a avatar retexture of a chibi Nova Beast to look like Beetlejuice. And that's probably the Abby I'm going to use for the Halloween, like the video that's actually going to come out on Halloween. So stay tuned for that. Um, but I guess there's not really anything else here for me. So let me move back over to the original back room, I think. That would be a good idea. But yeah, Beetlejuice, Nightmare Before Christmas, love those movies with like they're amazing. And you can fight me on this. Oh, didn't know I could do that. Just but you can fight me on this. Nightmare Before Christmas is a holiday movie. It's a holiday movie. Okay? All right? It's not Halloween. It's not Christmas. It's both. Stop arguing. All right? All right. Let's just get that out of the way. Um, but yeah, no, genuinely, like I find that argument to be very stupid. Like literally, it has elements of every single holiday just by the doors being existent. Like it is just a holiday movie. I don't care what anyone says. Like it is holiday incarnate. Like that's the entire point of the movie. Literally. Like so people arguing whether or not it's a Halloween or a Christmas movie. Why? What is the reason? I do not understand. Also, we got a photo. Bogo's minted. Okay, there we go. Oh, shite. I'm just going to assume that that's going to be death. So I'm just going to not. Alright. Yeah, no, the photos glow, so that's good. How about no? How about no? How about no? Um, I'll probably sit down here in a moment just so I can actually focus on the rant because I know I'm being like very ADHD brained like in between both of these. Also, oh, it's more almond water. Yeah, there we go. Also, let me run into you. Okay, that's all that happens. All right, I mentioned Just sitting down. Let me do that. Okay. Where's my beanbag chair? I have a beanbag chair, which, um, when I was still living upstairs, which my upstairs bedroom used to have a carpeted floor. I'm only saying used to because it's not my bedroom anymore, but it had a carpeted floor, so I had a beanbag chair, make things comfy. But now I'm downstairs in the basement, which has a carpeted floor. So now, oh wait, no, I meant to say upstairs had a hardwood, so very uncomfy to sit on. So I got a beanbag chair. But now that I'm in the basement, I have a carpeted floor, which is actually comfy to sit on. So since I moved down here, I haven't actually sat on my beanbag chair. I've been using it as a backrest. It's very nice backrest, we'll say. I don't remember how much it cost, but decently expensive backrest. I know it was less than 100, but I don't know beyond that, to be completely honest. So, yeah, when I wanted to make this one Halloween themed, like me talking about Halloween, I'm starting to realize that there's not that much for me to talk about. Like, like there's really not that much for me to talk about. Um, I just like spooky things. I just like the spooky season. It's really good times. Um, I really like these spookies. Uh, I can talk about fears, I guess. I kind of have like two real fears. Um, one of them being heights, which basic. Like that's just like basic. Like I'm just the paranoia of something going horribly wrong, even if it's like the most secure. Like I know that it's not like, oh, you're not afraid of the height, you're afraid of the fall, which is true. But like, am I gonna say that I'm afraid of falling? Because that just sounds like, oh, you're afraid of just tripping over. Like you accidentally trip on like a stick or something. No, I'm afraid of the height at which I fall. Capiche? Capiche. But here's the actual interesting one. Body horror. Body horror. Body horror. Okay. I can actually tell you where this one originated. So you know the silly little show, Magic School Bus? I'm sure everyone does. I swear. Every single kid show, had to have one episode where they went inside of another character's body. Somehow, some way. Even if it would make no sense for the show to even have an episode like that, it would have one. Magic School Bus was the first show where I actually saw one of these episodes. And of course, not just one, because I swear to God, Magic School Bus has like 5 of the bastards. And that, as a kid, disgusted me on so many levels. He's like, yeah, okay. I'm very much just someone that is like, sure, I'll take care of my body. I'll keep it running the way that it needs to. Don't start telling me what's going on inside of my body. I do not care. All I care is that my body is working or if things are starting to go to crap. You don't need to tell me the ins and outs of everything. Please, especially when it comes to sickness. Please do not start describing me everything that happens with that. No, 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 no. And you could call that being queasy. You could call that being queasy. But here's the thing. It's not just being queasy. Because that's with actual human body stuff. That's like things that actually happen, right? Diseases. Okay, well, no one goes inside of another person's body, but like diseases and stuff like that. Like that's the way that your body functions. That's just a real thing. I said body horror. Body horror. the mutilation and absolute deformation of the human anatomy into something completely beyond recognition. That is what scares me. That is what sets me off. Either that or a VR world that pretty much does the same thing as the Magic School Bus episodes that I was talking about, where you go inside another person's body, or anything even similar. Or those two, which I actually experienced very recently, which I will explain in a moment. But like things like not okay. I'm gonna make a distinction here. Body horror, when you can still tell that whatever this thing is looks like human meat and viscera. Take from the depths, I believe, the game where it's an oil rig. Something happens, and a lot of your fellow employees get horribly deformed and become monsters. You can still tell they're human. Like, and that is horrifying. You can still tell. Now, here's why I made that distinction. I have no mouth, and I must scream. This is still body horror. What I'm about to describe is still body horror, but not the kind that actually sets me off. At the very end, the main character manages to kill the other people trapped within AM's like little world. They manage to kill them, set them free, getting rid of AM's little playthings. And as a result, AM gets pissed and absolutely shifts and changes the main character into something that is no longer human. More like a slug, if anything. A giant slug. Now, that is horrifying, yes. Don't get me wrong. But it's not the kind of body horror that drives my phobia. Because that, you've been mangled, yes. You are horribly different from what you originally looked like. But it's too far. You're so far gone that you can't even tell anymore. If someone walked by, they wouldn't be able to tell that you were ever human. The body horror I'm talking about is one where you can tell that there was once humanity. Like, because my thing is, it's not the psychological aspect of it. Because I'm sure, like, your mind getting trapped in a body that's not your own anymore. That would be horrifying. Like, that's what I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, like, does perfectly. Like, the fact that the main character and all the other characters are trapped in a body that is just no longer theirs, and they're meant to, like, they're forced to go on with this psychological torment, like, without even being themselves anymore. But I'm trying to remember the original point that I was getting at. But that, it's still, like, for at least for other people's perspectives, you still look human. Like, the psychological aspect is not what gets me afraid. It's the actual, like, mutilation and how you can tell what might have happened for them to get to that point, or how that would feel getting to that point. Because you can see the organs that were once human. You can see the limbs. You can see everything that once made up a human being. And you can imagine how getting put through that transformation, feeling your body tear and wear and outgrow its current form and become something that is no longer within the realm of reality as we know it. I'm someone that has the pain synesthesia, which is if someone describes a pain, or if I see a pain, I may start to feel it myself. A very good example of this, my feet are already killing me through this, is Santa's Sleigh, which is a Christmas movie, which stars the same person as officer. I do not remember his name, but the detective in Stranger Things. That actor stars that actor, and it's a like very violent movie, very violent. And one of the kids within that movie pulled a Home Alone and um started booby trapping like the attic so they could keep themselves safe. And the ladder that led up to the attic, what they did was they put a nail onto one of the steps. Now, in the Home Alone, what happened was Marv stepped on a nail that was on the staircase, right? That's why I said that my feet were going to start hurting because I'm thinking about the pain of a nail going through my foot. But I'm about to describe some one so bad that even my friend, who doesn't usually have pain synesthesia, felt it. And anytime I think about it, it starts it's lessened at this point, but for like a solid 2 months afterwards, anytime that I thought about it, I could barely even continue to speak. And here's why. So what happens is one of the characters that were going after this kid starts going up the ladder. They see the nail and they laugh it off, and then they just walk around it. Some amount of steps later, there's a broken step. Step breaks under them, and right, my finger's a nail, straight through the bottom of the fucking mouth, to the bottom of the mouth, straight up. This gave me pain synesthesia so bad that I could barely even get words out of my mouth. Even right now, I'm struggling a little bit just because of the feeling of it. Like sometimes it's not just pain; it's just a weird feeling in my jaw, which is yeah, Um, but that's the main thing of body horror to me. Beyond okay, I know that I'm starting to describe actual pain that I start to feel, but it's a big part in why it scares me so much is because it actually causes me anguish. But along with that, seeing a body get mangled so horribly, it's just what if that were to happen to me? It's impossible, right? That is not something the way that it happened in from the deep or whatever it's called. I'm sorry, I do not remember the name. Um, but that game, whatever it was called, that's impossible. That will never happen within the human timeline unless we somehow manage. In which case, I hope I am long gone for that. I hope I'm long gone for that to happen. But if that ever does manage to happen, as of right now, that is impossible. That is not something that can never be a thing in reality. But what if? What if my body were to all of a sudden just start contorting and becoming this mass of human meat and viscera that barely even resembles a human, but you can still tell is vaguely human? It's horrifying. It's scary. I that's my biggest fear. Body horror. is my biggest fear. Now, does that mean that I enjoy like horror media that involves it? No. Here's the thing with that. From the Depths is a good example of one that I would actually enjoy. It does it really well. But a lot of media that does body horror goes way, way too far. Right? Like, sometimes they try too hard and go way too far into it to the point where it stops becoming enjoyable and just starts becoming unnerving, if anything. And I feel like anyone that knows body horror, it won't fit my descriptions that I just said about body horror, but this is definitely an example. Anyone that knows anything about body horror, or Tom Cardy, will know what I'm about to say. Human Centipede. Human Centipede. Probably one of the most disgusting ideas for a film I have ever laid my eyes upon. I'm not going to describe it here, but if you know, you know. Gross. Absolutely vile. Like, the thing with that is not. I barely even call that body horror. It technically is. It technically is within the realm of body horror, but it's not within my own personal definition. Okay, all I'm gonna say about it is people get sewn together in a very disgusting way. That kind of makes them look like a centipede. I'll leave it at that. But it's extremely gross. Not for the fan of horror. I would not recommend watching it. I never watched it myself. I watched a kill count, but I'm never gonna watch it myself because I don't want to. I'm not watching that myself. I don't care. I don't care what anyone tells me. I don't care. You'd have to lock me up on a chair, like uh, chain cuffs on my legs and on my arms, attached to the chair, to get me to watch that film. Not even for the body horror reason, just because that is gross. It's disgusting. It's gross. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Nope. Nope. It's gross. No. Uh-uh. Not with a 10-mile pole. But, yeah, body horror. My greatest fear. Yeah. Honestly, I talked about spooky stuff today, or at least I tried. I didn't really think too much about what I wanted to do for today's episode, and then as soon as I mentioned like I wanted to talk about spooky stuff like Halloween, I realized how little what there actually is to talk about with Halloween. Um, but yeah, those are my actual fears. Also, this one's more of a disgust thing. Uh, if you want to include maggots on that list, you can, but like that's more of a disgust like holy thing than it is oh I'm so scared than a phobia. Um, I don't even know if like my body horror counts as a phobia for me. I don't know. I count it myself personally. I count it, so that's really all that matters. But yeah, that's probably where I'm gonna leave this off for the night. Um, thank you everyone so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.
I pressed the button. I pressed the button. You stop recording.
Oh, oh, whoa! I accidentally pressed stream. No, 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 no. Uh, uh. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Well, okay, you guys get to see this. Hello. I'm going to my computer now because I accidentally pressed start stream instead of. Actually, I probably should stream me ranting at some point. I'll do that eventually, but instead of stop recording. So I'm gonna crab walk over to my laptop real quick. I don't even know how. Bam. All right. Have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.